evening, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Social Development Outlook for Tuesday, 3rd February 2020. I am your host, Shania Pemberton. Just to remind you that this program is hosted and coordinated by the Communication Unit within the Ministry of Social Development in collaboration with NTV. And every week, we strive really hard to highlight the movers and shakers within this ministry and other related departments. After this break, I'll be right back.
I was attacked by two men at gunpoint. They took my purse and everything. Now I live in fear. Help us stop the madness. Tell 1-800-8477-TIPS.
I always think of her, but then I always think of him too. He should have never forced himself on her. Help us stop the madness. If you know it, tell it. Tell 1-800-8477-TIPS.
We had so much fun growing up. But at the age of 21, he was gunned down by his own gang members.
I lost my best friend through gang violence. I miss him a lot.
My son is 15 years old and he's addicted to drugs.
I did not want it.
But I had no choice.
Help us stop the madness.
If you know it, tell it.
Tell Crime Stoppers.
Tell 1-800-8477-TIPS. Tell anonymously.
Tell confidentially.
Well, I'm back. To start off tonight's program, we go to the ETW Park for the Women's Football Workshop.
Okay, a special good morning to all. We are gathered here this morning to facilitate a female football festival. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the technical director of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, Mr. Jeffrey Hazel, also the president of the Nevis Football Association, Mr. Raymond Brantley. As part of our mandate, we are trying to push women's football. There are a lot of opportunities for young girls to play football on the international level. In fact, currently, our women's team is in Texas preparing for the Olympic qualifiers. Did you guys know that? Yes. So we're going to be playing against Canada next week, Tuesday, and then Mexico as well. And we're hoping that this program, which we are commencing this morning, will see some of you playing at that stage in the not too distant future. At this point in time, I would like to call on the technical director to give brief remarks.
As Jamie would have indicated earlier, that our women's team, they're currently in Texas preparing for the Olympic qualifiers. It's one separate from the Olympics, and two teams out of that group will move to the Olympics in Tokyo later this year. Our under 20 team will be playing in Dominican Republic in the World Cup qualifiers next month. Just recently we had our under 14 team last year playing in St. Kitts in a CFU Challenge Series competition. They placed second. And we also had the under 17. So what we're doing right now is to start the foundation, start the base. And we start with you, young females interested in football, getting that opportunity now so that you can aspire to make the national team in the not too distant future. I want to use this opportunity to express to the Ministry of Sports and the Ministry of Education our sincerest appreciation for giving permission for us to collaborate to host this event today. We want to make sure that our female football program throughout St. Kitts and Nevis is sustainable, and that is one of the reasons why we're here today. So it's not only today and leave it, but we're going to continue with this program. Just recently, yesterday, we closed the CONCACAF B-license course with some persons from Nevis who will at least get their B-license or C-license in that vein. So we have coaches. Now we are developing players. We're going to put you together so that they can develop you as players. Jamie would have indicated that there are many opportunities for you as young females. Many, many opportunities. You can go to college and get a college education. You can play professionally. But it all begins with you. If you want to aspire to be there, then you have to do it. We are just the stakeholders, but just in you. You have to make up in your mind that you want to do it. To make yourselves proud, your family proud, and your country proud. So we have some trophies today because we didn't want to come and not give you an opportunity to be motivated. So each participating school will receive a participating trophy. Then we have a championship trophy, most valuable player trophy, most goals trophy, and the best goalkeeper. Not only that, but every player will receive a certificate of participation and a pair of boots complimenting St. Kitts Football Association. So I want to use this opportunity to thank you for coming and let us enjoy the game and have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. So, who here plans to play for the national team in the future? See Ann? You plan to play for the national team? Marty? Yeah? Yeah? Don't want to play for the national team? Trust me, it's a pleasure to represent your country. And as you get older and get more involved with the game, you will understand that. One of our stakeholders in the development of football in Nevis, and especially female football, is the Nevis Football Association. They're one of the key partners as we create this pathway for you from the grassroots to the world stage.
We'll take this break and be right back with our featured presentation for this evening.
Sonia, is that you? Now what's the latest?
Boy, Georgia just coming from a session by the social services office about maintenance act for children. It leaves me with more questions than answers, man. I think I'm going to have to go back and sit down for them to break it down to me.
Child Maintenance Act. But Sonia, it's about time.
The Maintenance of Children Act of 2012 is a legal document that defines the rights, powers, duties, and responsibilities of parents and guardians to maintain the well-being of their children. It states that the responsibilities to care for a child must be an equal duty of each parent. The Act also defines the duty of the government to safeguard and promote the welfare of children and to peacefully resolve any situation where the rights of a child are violated, and especially with regards to the protection of a child's health and education.
Sonia, you hear that? Equal duty of each parent to care for the child? Tired talk to you about working out yourself to support your children when their father over there giving all his money to the other woman and her children. Take the man to court and make him own up to his responsibilities.
But it's my children. And he don't say he now live home no more. So what do you want me to do?
According to the Maintenance Act, both parents are to provide reasonably for their child's maintenance, whether or not the child is in that parent's custody. In other words, both parents are legally responsible for their child's maintenance, whether they are living together, separated, or divorced.
So you see now, Sonia, whether he moves out or not, he still has the responsibilities to look after his children.
But you know how he be. You can't get him to sit down to reason.
Sonia, you don't know what to do?
In the event that an agreement cannot be reached regarding the maintenance of a child, one can apply to the court for a maintenance order. The application can be made by a parent or by a child over the age of 14 on his own behalf, or by a person on behalf of a child. Upon application to claim reasonable support to provide for the child, the court may grant a maintenance order requiring a delinquent parent or any other person who is responsible for raising the child to pay child maintenance.
You get it now, Sonia?
Okay, I finally understand now. Now I know what I have to do.
If you or your friend or a relative would like to talk more about child maintenance, please visit the Department of Social Services or call us for a confidential chat. We are situated on the Park Range Road next to the El Camino Sunita Willis Park, and our office number is 469-5521 extension 2045. Be empowered to know the facts about child maintenance that will benefit you and your child.
This message brought to you by the Social Services Department in association with Nevis Television.
Well, I'm back, and for our featured presentation this evening, we look at the presentation of certificates to the instructors of the Swim to Win program.
Wow, what a week. This has been incredible. It's been a long, long week, and this is a kind of a crazy idea that started last fall. Just thinking that we know that we have this need to, not only for water safety, but to increase our swimming skills so that we can enjoy this beautiful island where we live. So sat down with a couple of people and thought, how can we make this happen? And it was the most amazing collaborative effort I've ever seen in recent memory, for sure. So it was a collaborative effort between the St. Kitts and Nevis Swimming Federation, Department of Sport, which this just would not have happened without Jameer Claxton. I can't thank him enough. Department of Youth, we've got Red Cross on board, we've got Nevis Special Olympics, Sail to a Brighter Future, again, Carolyn and Charles Wood. I wouldn't, this was amazing. Could not have done this without all your help. We also have one of my favorite supporters and sponsors, which is the Four Seasons Homeowners Foundation, which is a huge supporter of my efforts with Special Olympics, but has come on board to turn this truly into a collaborative effort. And then last but not least, the Nevis Yacht Club. I mean, wow. The idea that we can share this beautiful facility here to move towards our common purposes, which basically are surrounded by swimming. So again, huge collaborative effort, and I can't thank everybody enough. We know that we have this need to know how to swim here. We have way too many people deathly afraid of the water. We have way too many drownings. We have way too many missed opportunities in work and business because we don't have proper water skills. And in order to do that, we need to increase our number of instructors. We are a small community. We don't have critical mass, so it's been very difficult. So we set out to make this Swim to Win, our little motto here, our logo, to be, this is the year to conquer your fear. So I don't care who you are, anyone from a child, 6 years old, up to 106 years old, we need to get you in the water. We want to keep you safe. And in order to do that, we have created a pool of qualified instructors so that you will be safe in the water and you will learn how to have fun. So this is all about fun, fitness, and family time on the beaches. And in order to do that, we brought in this amazing friend of mine, almost like a sister now, Anne McClendon, who I'd like to have come up for just a moment. Anne and I first met with Special Olympics, basically. I went up to SO, Florida, to learn about open water swimming because we do not have a pool here yet. And so I needed to get my athletes swimming, and we have an ocean. So I went up to learn about open water swimming. I was scared to death. I sat in Anne's workshop, and then we went out to go in the water, and I wasn't getting in that water. There's no way. And Anne saw that on me and in me, and she got me out there, conquered my fear, and now I swim easily with our SO athletes. So it is possible for anyone. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So I thank you from the bottom of our hearts, okay? And this is just the amazing Anne McClendon, okay, and all that she's done for us. So as I said, it's been a collaborative effort, so I'd like to turn it over now to Carolyn Wood to thank some of our sponsors who have helped get us here, and then we will do the certificate presentation to our amazing group of water instructors that we now have. Thanks to Anne.
Good afternoon. So when we launched on Sunday, weather was a challenge, and we had to rethink how we were going to teach people, the instructors, because we couldn't use the sea, we couldn't use the ocean. And various people have stepped up. Throughout this whole thing, people have stepped up and volunteered to make sure that we could make a success of this. So on the first Sunday, Barbara and Jose Fishman offered their pool up in the clouds in the mountain, And the instructors all went up there and I think thought it was stunning and loved the location. Everyone had their cameras out. So that was a brilliant start to the week. The weather continued. So we then had to find a second location. And Eden Life Centre offered to lend us their pool until the weather improved. And so we were there till Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we came back to the ocean. So we really appreciated both the Fishmans and Eden Life Centre. Other people have hosted dinners each evening. Sunshine did the first dinner. Christy Ross hosted another dinner. The Nevis homeowners hosted a dinner on Thursday. So we want to thank all of them. And other people who aren't here but should be included are the Whalley Beach Hotel, Curtis Mason, Hilary Lawrence, who finished off the shower for us, Lenroy Taylor, who came and cleared all the rubbish that was around this site. So we'd like to thank all those people.
Okay, thank you, Carolyn. Now, I'm truly elated to be here this afternoon. As Terry would have mentioned, this started with just a conversation, but we believed, and that's why we're here this afternoon. We believe that by coming together, Red Cross, Special Olympics, the Swimming Federation, the Four Seasons Homeowners Own Foundation, the Department of Sports, we believe that if we pooled our resources, we'll be able to deliver a product that will be beneficial to Nevis for the long term. And so that's why we're here this afternoon. I would also like to thank the instructors who stayed committed throughout the week. As we would have encountered some issues with the weather, but, and this is not something that normally happens in Nevis, that wasn't an excuse for them. They stayed committed throughout the week, and I think we should give them a round of applause. This is just the beginning stage of what we hope to achieve, as I mentioned, and this is the grassroots of this entire program. The idea is that we're going to grow this program to become one of the best programs in Nevis. And to grow this program, of course, we need participants, we need investment, we need persons to commit long-term to this. And also we need persons to lead from the top. And as such, Red Cross being one of our partners, I would like to call on Georgette Hanley to come and officially commit herself to this program. She's been leading from the top, so today she's officially signing up for Swim to Win.
Yes, that's so true. And Red Cross, we will be leading from the top. Before I do the official handover of the registration form, I want to say how delighted we are to be a part of this program and to be a part of this idea. I think Terry said it was a silly idea or something, but I think it was an awesome idea. Swim to win. And when we heard the details, we realized that it was not just swim to win, it was taking care of a whole package. It looked at the physical needs, it looked at the training needs, and it also looked at the social needs, because there's an element there for family time and fun time. So it's a whole package, which we really, really appreciate, because it is so wholesome. It would attract a lot of persons. I also want to say that I'm glad that this is happening, because the Red Cross has started. That's our main goal, to get the fear out of water, out of people, so that people would not be afraid of the seas, because we have beautiful ocean, but then most of us who live here, we do not use it. So we want to appreciate that, because it would help us, because we have our swimming program during the summertime, mainly for the children. And that is going to help us to get to achieve our goal of helping to get persons to who are afraid of water to just see the water and walk in there. And I am excited too because I am going to be a part of the Swim to Win. I am going to be going into the water without fear, and next I'm going to be coming out like a champ. And I promise that I'm going to give Eric a big challenge. I promise I'm going to give him a big challenge. I'm going to be able to swim better than him. So that's the challenge, Eric. So once again, I want to say, on behalf of the Red Cross, thanks for getting us involved. And also we heard a lot of our partners who partner with us in our swim program, the Four Seasons Homeowners Association, Foundation. It's really nice to have them on board. And thanks for your contribution to our island. You have been doing a great job, and we look forward to your continued support. So thanks again to everybody. Have a wonderful time. And this is the official part now. I have my $100. So I'm actually signing up today. They can't say, no, I've paid my money. And Jamir is the director of Youth and Sports, and that's where the registration takes place. So I'm giving it to the official person.
Okay. So we're now going to have the official presentation of certificates to the instructors who would have gone through the course this week. I would like to call on the Honorable Eric Evelyn to join me at the top to give brief remarks, and then we get into the presentation.
Thank you very much, Jamir. And let me say good afternoon to all. I am happy to be here. I was here at the opening, and I'm delighted to be here for the closing. All right. Well, I just want to applaud. I'll be very brief. I just want to applaud all of our partners. Of course, as an administration, we like to partner because there's nothing we can do on our own. And so we are delighted that we would have had these partners for this very important initiative, the Swim to Win. I was here on Sunday for the launch. I was here yesterday to observe what has been happening, and I love the energy and I love the enthusiasm that I saw displayed with our swim instructors. And I believe that will be translated once the training sessions begin next Sunday. So I want to applaud all who have been involved. I want to applaud the partners. I want to say thank you very much on behalf of the Ministry of Sport. And I want to continue to commend Jamir and his team at the Department of Sports for doing a marvelous job. I believe this is a program that will work wonders for Nevis. And as the Department of Sports, I believe this is a program that has a lot of potential to see a lot more competition where sports is concerned. So I believe this is another avenue where we could have some more competition in sports. And so I want to continue to wish the program well. Those who will be taking part in the program from next Sunday, I want you to come out in your numbers. I believe registration has closed, but I believe if I know Jamie well enough, if you want to register next week, I believe he'll take your registration because we are not limiting. We want every person on the island to be able to learn to swim. I want to say special commendation to Anne for doing a phenomenal job this week, and I think your handiwork will be seen in our instructors from next Sunday. So once again, congratulations to all who have been involved. And this program, this initiative, Swim to Win, continues to have the full support of my ministry. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Okay, thank you, Honorable. Before we get into the ceremony, I would just also like to thank someone who has been very supportive of me in executing, assisting with this event, Mr. Kelvin Bramble. It's difficult for me to be everywhere and every time, and Kelvin has been very supportive. When I cannot make a meeting or something, he's always there for me. So without him, the influence of the Department of Sports wouldn't be possible. So thank you, Kelvin, from the bottom of my heart. So we'll now have the official presentation of certificates, which Mr. Eric Evelyn, will distribute. And the first participant, instructor, Kathy Miller. Can you please step forward? Kathy?
You can let them know. I brought a little something for everybody from the States. So,
all right. So each instructor will get a little gift, a little token from our lead instructor. Mr. Garfield Virgo.
These are yours. No more borrowing. Great job this week.
Wendy Smith. Come on up, Wendy. Mr. James Weeks.
And James, this is for you. This is a new cycling jersey, so you can represent Special Olympics when you're out there on the road, okay? And thanks for a great week. Appreciate it.
Mr. Kelvin Bramble.
Thank you very much.
Those are for you, and you get a whistle. Wonderful job.
Mr. George Mandel.
And these is a new pair of Speedo swimming trunks for you, all right? I want to see you back out in the water, all right? Great week.
Mr. Dexter Somersall. Mr. Scott Miller.
Thank you.
And this is for you, since I know you love the water, so it's a waterproof case or anything else you need. Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Kareem Walters.
And these are yours. You did a great job this week. So proud of you. All right?
Miss Melba Newton. Rihanna Cozier.
On behalf of Cozy, Wendy.
Cozy.
And make sure, can you give these to her and thank her for
She's going to be thrilled.
for the effort this week. Mark.
Mr. Mark Manners.
For you. All right.
Mr. Kimball Ward is not here, so Mr. Evelyn will accept it on behalf of his sports officer.
So we have, again, this is just the beginning, absolutely just the beginning. We're creating this group and pool of instructors, but we started out with our two lead instructors, now joined by Kelvin, but we also have the beautiful and most amazing mermaid, Val, and I always mispronounce it, Gregoria. Gregoria, did I come close? Come on up, Val.
This is for you. Very well deserved. All right. Beautiful moment.
Sorry, and then also Ned Lestrade. Ned's still here.
Okay, I want you to just one more time give the new instructors a round of applause. At this point in time, Minister, I'm going to ask you to remain to present 2 more certificates. First, I would like to call a representative of the Nevis Yacht Club to please step forward. I would also like to invite one of my new best friends, Tanya Lowe. Please step forward to accept the certificate on behalf of the Four Seasons Homeowners Foundation. Okay, thank you, Honorable Evelyn. I'll now call on Terry to wrap things up.
Thanks, Jameer. So again, thank you all. As you can see, it definitely takes a village, but this is just the beginning. This pool of instructors with Ann coming this trip was their level 1 training. This is all volunteer. All these guys are volunteering their time. They have committed to come out every Sunday to teach you how to swim, to get you safe in the water. This is community driven, this is grassroots driven. So they're here for fun, fitness, and family time. So these guys are gonna keep you safe, okay? Guys and ladies, I'm sorry. We are developing this pool. This is their level 1. Ann will be returning the end of March to come back, and we'll do a level 2 and water safety certification for this pool of instructors. At that point, then they can move into positions that are compensated. So this gives job opportunities to them. And we'll come back again. We have a commitment from Department of Sports and all of our group of sponsors to bring Ann back again in the summer. At which time we will take it up to a level 3 and then work towards getting those interested instructors to get their FINA certification. FINA is the governing body of swimming throughout the world, and with a FINA certification, then they have opportunities to travel as officials around the world and opens up all sorts of other opportunities to them. So this is just the beginning. This is not take your certificate and go home. This is volunteer back to your community. And again, this doesn't work without volunteers, okay? That means in water volunteers, we had them going through a whole course this week as well. And then our land volunteers, people putting on barbecues, people checking them in, so checking our swimmers in, making sure everybody's safe. So I encourage the public, just come on down. It's the Nevis Yacht Club. We have a full calendar of events throughout the year. We're starting with our month of Sundays, so that's on Sunday the 2nd of February. It's from 2 to 5. Registration is at the Department of Sports. That will be for the 4 Sundays. We then have activities in March. We have the cross-channel swim with Ann coming back again. April, we have a youth sports day on the beach, which is going to be fantastic. May, we're going to have another month of Sundays. So your children, or you as an adult, have a continual thing where you can continue to increase your skills. There are many, many opportunities throughout the year. Red Cross mentioned that they have their water safety and instruction program in July, which is pre-Culturama. I know I'm going to miss one here. Eric, you have your event, which is Extravaganza, excuse me. Eric's Extravaganza, at which point I think I'm going to get him out here to sign up for the month of Sundays in May so he can be more extravagant. How's that? So I thank everyone. I thank the minister, mostly. I thank Jameer from the bottom of my heart, and also, of course, my dear friend Ann. So Ann, if you would come up. So this has been quite a journey, quite a week. The poor thing just needs to go home and get some sleep.
No, I love it. I love it here. I'll be very sad to leave tomorrow. Truly, I'm sad to leave everybody. I feel like I'm part of a family down here, and I'm very grateful for that and the warm welcome from everybody. So thank you all very, very much.
And so that's what we want Ann to know is, you know, she is committed. Again, she is a volunteer like the rest of us. She is not getting paid to be here. She is doing this because she believes in it. She believes wholeheartedly in what we're trying to do here. So this is your family. This is your second home. These are your instructors, okay? And in so doing, we want to have a little piece of Nevis for you to take home, and so that we know that you will return to us safely. So Wendy, on behalf of the instructors,
cry. You might. Melba, Kendra, come on up. So certainly we want to thank Anne. I had a vested interest in getting involved in the Swim to Win because I am a sailor, and there is a great opportunity with the Nevis Yacht Club to learn sailing here on Nevis. But in order to learn sailing, you need to be able to swim. So the opportunity to learn to swim in February and to learn to swim in May and to learn to swim in July gives our Nevis Navision youth the opportunity to learn to sail, swim in August. And with me today, Melba is one of our instructors. Kendra is one of our in-water volunteers. So you should know that in addition to the instructors, there are also in-water volunteers just to make sure everyone gets the best foundation in the water that they can. And so Anne has taught all of us all week long. We have a little gifty bag, and I do believe in consumables. So you might notice in there is some Nevis honey. Oh. There is some Nevis pepper sauce. There is some Nevis plantain chips. There is some Nevis green plantain flour with a recipe on how to make pancakes when you get home. So Nevis nice. Nevis has so much to offer. We're glad that you have come to be with us. And we can't wait till you come back.
There's some rum in
Oh,
here.
and there is some Clifton Estate rum. Thank you very much. And so, as I love consumables, I certainly want to thank the parents of the Nevis Yacht Club Sail Program who put on our lovely consumable lunch. So thank you very much, parents. And thank you, Anne, for coming. Well, we know when you were here this week, you gifted Shane, our Special Olympic triathlon trainer in training. You gifted him with a swim bag. So we thought it was only fair that we gifted you with a bag to take home.
How does it look?
Well, that's our package for tonight. I am your host, Shania Pemberton, wishing you a pleasant night.